Tonight, from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, it's the World of Outlaws Craftsman Late Model Series powered by iRacing. The super late models are about to take on the Williams Grove Speedway for 35 laps here on LSR TV. Hello everyone, happy to have you along. My name is Austin Coop, alongside me is Brett Wheeler, and behind the scenes, as always, Cisco Scarmuzza, bringing all the action on dirt.com, or should I say dirt on dirt.com, dirtvision.com, Facebook Live, and iRacing Live. We are here at Williams Grove Speedway. We've been to one track. It's been a lot like it, but this is the real deal. We are finally here at the famed Williams Grove. Long straightaways and real swooping corners here tonight, Brett.
Yeah, look, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how these drivers attack the Williams Grove Speedway. As you said, these long straightaways and then these tight corners. It's going to be interesting to see, but look, I'll tell you what, I'm excited. A lot of good drivers in here again as well. We've got Matt McKinney as well. He's sitting second quick, so I'm interested to see how these drivers adapt from what we've seen last week.
13 drivers are ready to go for the race tonight. 35 laps around this place, and they are under the qualifying conditions. About a minute left in qualifying. We have a couple of repeat drivers that we've seen in this series. Matthew McKinney, he's been in all the races we've covered so far. We've seen Justin Thomas in here a time or two. And Alex Bergeron, we've seen him in the sprint car series, so this will be the first time we see him in these late models. So a couple of faces that we've seen here the last couple of weeks and continuing weeks in the other series as we see on Monday. I think this is going to be not as similar to the USA as even though they are very similar in size. I think the wider corners are going to really going to make for the outside line here tonight, Brett, to really start to become under these guys' belts for passing here in the corners.
Yeah, just looking at the track, the way it sits at the moment, I mean, it's obviously still very tacky, so we should see a lot of these drivers stay on the bottom to try and get in that moisture and try and find that grip coming off the turns. But we might see a middle groove, start to come as of late here, in the more, probably say 10 to 15 laps. But yeah, the track is looking very, very, very tacky at the moment.
And that concludes qualifying here tonight. Grant Riles will get in the pole of a 19.163 tonight. So he'll start all these guys, all 13 of them, here to the stripe with a couple of laps of caution. And Matthew McKinney, he'll start in the second position. Dylan Wilson, he'll start third. Trevor Fitz, fourth. And Justin Thomas will round out your top five.
The outside of row number 3 is going to be Travis Adams. Inside row number 4, you got Dylan Hauser. Alongside him is going to be Aaron Brown. Dylan Terline in position number 9, and Nate Choda starting out of position number 10.
And the last three starting positions on the grid tonight, Martin Karch, Alex Bergeron, and Josh Combs will be 11th, 12th, and 13th tonight. Before we bring you all the action tonight, we do want to mention that the World of Outlaws Craftsman Late Model Series is brought to you by iRacing, the leading online racing simulation. Developed from the beginning as a centralized racing and competition service, iRacing organizes, hosts, and officiates races on virtual tracks all around the world. In the fast-paced world of esports, iRacing is a one-stop shop for online racing with official sanctioned racing from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, World of Outlaws, and more. And if you don't have iRacing, you can get yourself signed up today. Go for the promo codes. That is iRacing.com/World of Outlaws, and you can simply try the service for 3 months for under $5. These guys are getting ready to go here. Looks like they'll maybe have 1 or 2 more pace laps here as the truck is skipping to come down pit road this time, so they get 1 more pace lap to get ready.
Yeah, so the drivers just tugging on the sim virtual belts as they get set to go a green flag next time by here at the Williams Grove Speedway. 35 laps the distance, and they've got Grant Riles and Matt McKinney with a fairly big front row. We'll keep an eye on Trevor Fitz as well. He's going to be out on the outside of row number 2. He's normally fast in car number 13 tonight.
Yeah, I do want to mention that this track is about a half mile in length with the surface of being clay, and you said tacky, and that's definitely going to be the name of the game, as you saw the track facts earlier on the screen. Grant Riles will be on the front row with Matthew McKinney, as these guys will start. iRacing Pace Truck is down and underway, and they will drive a slow 40 miles an hour through the corners. And which will it be? Grant Riles, he's on the gas pedal, and we are a green flag here at Williams Grove for round number 6.
Wilson gets a good start into third already. Justin Thomas looking on the inside of Trevor Fitz for fourth. But at the moment, it's Grant Riles to lead him down the back straightaway. Keep an eye on the number 6 car, the second place car of Matt McKinney. He's been fast over the past couple of weeks. See how he can adapt to the Williams Grove Speedway. At the moment, he runs in second. Pretty much single file through the field as they run into 1 and 2 for lap number 2.
Battle for fourth going on. The 13 of Trevor Fitz is getting past with the 3 of Justin Thomas right here on the inside. They make contact going into turns number 3. And the 13 is going to lose big time. He's going to get back on the gas, but it's not going to be in time. Battle for the lead still going on. The number 6 of Matthew McKinney. He's looking to the inside of turns number 4, but he is now going to try the inside of turns number 2. He's there. He's got the nose there. He's not quite there. And look at the Scandinavian flick trying to go into number 3. And he's going to be able to get it. That's Grant Riles. He's going to continue to lead.
And Riles will lead yet another lap, but being pressured here by the 6 of Matt McKinney. Dylan Wilson not too far away as well. Meanwhile, Justin Thomas gets past Trevor Fitz for that 4th spot on the racetrack. But I'm going to keep an eye on the front 3 cars at the moment running nose to tail. McKinney, a couple of laps ago, he stuck his nose on the inside of the race leader, Grant Riles, but couldn't quite make the pass. And that's a disadvantage that he's got here at the moment on a tackier racetrack.
Yeah, those 3 cars are really close together. The 2 of Dylan Wilson backs off just a little bit, but the 6 has a huge run out of turns number 2. Almost stuck the nose in there as we're getting close to getting to the next lap. 30 laps to go at the stripe, and the action is all over the place. Even look back for the 5th position, and it's going to be Travis Adams who edges out the number 5 of Dylan Hauser. That was a little bit of contact right there in the front straightaway. Got those 2 very separated right now, and those 2 guys are really good. But back up to the lead. There's contact between the leaders. The 6 of Matthew McKinney. He runs in the Grant Riles around the corners, but they still stay the same as they are. 1, 2, 3. Riles, McKinney, Wilson.
It just seems that Riles, he enters low and he just slides the race car up. Meanwhile, McKinney, he keeps that car all the way on the low side of the speedway, especially in these corners. It just seems that he's scrubbing off a little bit too much speed on the exits of turns 2 and 4, and that's allowing Grant Riles to take control of the race lead still. Meanwhile, Dylan Wilson almost gets into the back of Matt McKinney in car number 6. That's a good battle there for 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, these 3 start to slinky up a little bit, and they expand. They get very, very close together. A little bit of contact with Dylan Wilson on the inside right there with Matthew McKinney, but it's going to be him still continuing to have that position to battle for 3. Oh, he gets the nose in there again, and he's not going to be able to get there. Maybe he's going to have to get a little physical to really get him out of the way, or power it down on the inside or outside. We haven't seen anyone really try the outside groove yet, but it's bound to come in.
Yeah, it's going to take quite a fair while for that to come in, unfortunately, but at the moment we still see Grant Riles still leading from Matt McKinney as they run down the back straight under the bridge here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Man, Riles was really close to the low side and almost getting those tyre barriers in 3 and 4, but he didn't sustain any damage, didn't even touch him, so nice job there from Grant Riles as he slides up a little bit in 1 and 2. Now that's going to allow McKinney to really gain some ground in that turn. There's McKinney trying to get on the inside again.
Yeah, it looks like for about 6th or 7th place, it looks like they're side by side. It's going to give themselves a little bit of space now. Looks like Dylan Hauser is trying to go under fire of that 11, and the 11's under fire, is going on fire the 3rd. And there's a big stack up right there at corner number 2, and they somehow don't spin out. That's the battle for the top 5 position. The yellow is going to come out, and it looks like it's going to be right out of turns number 2, possibly the number 10 machine.
I can tell you that the number 8 of Aaron Brown just flat out turned Alex Bergeron. He wasn't happy with the move that Alex put on in the previous corner, and he just drove right back into the left rear corner of the 1 of Alex Bergeron and forcing that 1 car to go around.
Yeah, got into him once, and they got into him twice. Definitely picture says what that one is. So number 1 car of Alex Bergeron, he's getting to get spun out, and we're gonna have ourselves a restart here as the laps start to tick down. Lap number 13 is what we're on, going to lap number 14. Before you know it, it's gonna be 20 laps to go.
Yeah, so unfortunately with the track, with track dynamics, as you see, it's starting to slicken off in on the entry of the turn one there. It's not wide enough for these guys to run side by side, and I mean, I guess that's just part of the service here that iRacing provides. Sometimes you get a track that can provide two lanes, and unfortunately this one at the moment in the early parts of this race is just pretty much all one lane on the bottom.
iRacing Pace Truck still has its lights on. Everyone is double filed, so a little prematurely getting themselves ready to go. These guys know how important a restart is for these guys. Or each driver knows how important it is on a restart to get through the gearbox. They only have one gear to really navigate through, but it's extremely important to make sure that they get through and get to the first corner and make their mark. It's a little bit easier on the outside, but as the leader, you do get to go when you want to. It's a huge advantage as these guys go through the turns, and even more so, you got to be on the gas for that long straightaway. You don't get the corner as soon as you do at all the other tracks.
That's right. As the lights off on the iRacing official pace truck, Grant Riles, your race leader from Matt McKinney. Third is Dylan Wilson and Trevor Fitz in fourth. Justin Thomas rounds out the top five. Dylan Hauser, Travis Adams, Aaron Brown, Dylan Turline to Josh Combs, Martin Arch, Alex Bergeron, and Nate Choda. And that's going to be your 13 cars in this one.
Grant Riles is on the gas pedal once again. Green flag is going to be in the air. And those first 5 cars get settled out for 6, now 7, and they're very close. Looks like the 6 going to put himself to the inside. It's not going to quite work into the big jumble on the back. And there's going to be a caution flag. It looks like the 8 of Aaron Brown is now on the receiving end of that one. He's going to go around in turns number 1. And he looks like he got into the 11, and then the 7 had nowhere to go and ran right into them in the corner.
Well, I guess you can say karma come back to the 8 machine there of Aaron Brown, and now he's going to be at the back of the pack here on the next restart. But look, a bit unfortunate there for Aaron Brown. As you said, he got into the side of one of the cars and just got turned around with drivers behind him having nowhere to go. That's going to bring out our second caution of the night.
Yeah, these cars are so close in the corners that any amount of hitting or any amount of moving is going to move that front end down to the inside of the track, and then most drivers are going to get off the gas, try and settle it down just a little bit, and when the driver behind you is not anticipating that, it's definitely going to cause a stack up, and then the one pushed, I do believe it was Josh Combs, into him and sent him around. Nothing that driver could do once he was getting pushed, but definitely got to get another restart in here with about, it looks like 15 laps to go probably when we get this one started, but a little bit of damage on all these cars here towards the back, but those guys up front, they've been side by side this entire time, but hardly any damage on any of these folks up here in the top 5.
Yeah, that just goes to show, how close that these drivers and the respect that these guys give. It's although these late models, they can lean on each other a lot more than the sprint cars can. It's it's nice that these guys actually aren't doing that. They're actually racing clean, and not sort of potentially wrecking them and majority of the field when it comes to trying to make a pass. They're trying to do it clean.
iRacing official pace truck has got its lights off, so a little sooner than expected. We're going to be going back to green. These pace laps are always actually pretty short here, so the action never really ceases, only but for a moment here. Grant Riles still continues to lead over Matthew McKinney and Dylan Wilson, and that top 3, actually the top 4, they've been here ever since the drop of the green flag. And pace truck, he's going to speed up and get out of these guys' way so they can do business out on the track. Grant Riles, he's on the gas again, basically the same time every time, and he's going to get going too wide for the 3rd position already, though. On the outside, it's going to be Trevor Fitz in the 13th, 3 wide there for a moment here. The 3 is going to try and make it interesting, and they're still going to be side by side. Looks at the 5 of Dylan Hauser. He's going to get around the 3, and that's going to be making him into the top 5, still side by side for the 4th position. He's going to get hit, and he's going to be able to save it right there. Turns number 4, but the 3 is not going to be able to save it. 3 wide down the front straightaway, and they're going to go 2 by 2 now as they're going to settle out just a little bit here right outside the top 5.
Yeah, Justin Thomas losing a bunch of ground, and the big winner of that one was Alex Bergeron in the 1 and Travis Adams in car number 11. So we'll keep an eye on Dylan Hauser in car number 5. He almost got underneath Trevor Fitz, last lap, but couldn't quite make the move. Meanwhile, McKinney gets a good run coming off turn number 2 as he goes down the back straight, sitting in second place. Grant Ross, still your race leader. Now McKinney. He's going to look to the middle of the racetrack now, so maybe just trying to find some grip elsewhere.
I'd say you're going to need a little bit more of push off the corners here if you're Matthew McKinney. And you also got to worry about the drivers behind you maybe starting to make it interesting if they have a longer run car out here on this track. Definitely looks like the 6 has the car to beat. Looks like we got a car around right in turns number 3. It's going to be, a big pilot, the 13 of Trevor Fitz. He was just in 4th place. Going to have to get a replay to see what happened there.
Have a look at the replay coming up on the screen now. So unlucky for Trevor Fitz in that instance. But I tell you what, this track is starting to get a lot more slick in turns 3 and 4. See Matt McKinney try and utilize that and try and go to the middle part of the racetrack. As I said, it takes quite a few laps for this track to come in, and starts to get a little bit more slick. So I think Matt McKinney, he's quite aware of what's going on, and he tried to utilize that a couple of laps ago, but couldn't quite make the pass.
Yeah, I'd say if you're McKinney, you want this to go green the rest of the way. It looks like he has the best car to pass. I don't know if he's got the car to pass Riles, but it does appear that he's a little bit faster here on these runs. He was about the 3/100ths of a second off in qualifying, but was about 4/100ths faster in practice than Riles. So perhaps he's got a little bit more under that hood or in that setup than the 4. But the 4, he's got the lead right now, and it's really hard to pass that driver right now. And what he's got to hope for, maybe that line gets a little bit more widened and that the long run goes longer. It looks like that 6 car, if it goes on a long run, he's got potential to make it happen. It's just kind of a matter of time to see what actually happens between these 2 drivers. And who knows, maybe we'll see a spoiler like last week come into the picture.
Never know, like that on the pace truck. 9 laps to go when we get the green flag, as we're on lap number 26. So we've completed 25 laps here at the Williams Grove Speedway for the World of Outlaws Craftsman late models. Here on LSR TVs, we get set to go back green in turns number 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looks like pace truck is going to go off and away. Number 4, Grant Riles, he's going to start these guys. Probably we'll see the last restart of the night. Looks like the green flag is out and away. Grant Riles gets a good jump. First 3 cars are off and away. No contest. Look at Alex Bergeron go to the inside. He's going to hit the 2 car, and he's not going to make the move sick, but it does give the first 2 drivers a lot of room. So the first 2, then the next 3. Bergeron's still on the hunt. He's going to get on the inside of the 11 right there, and he's going to continue to get a good push off the corner. He's got the inside. Whether he has the preferred line going to turns number 1, we'll see. He's got him right now. But I think the 11's got the outside. That's where you want to be right now. But it looks like the inside's not where you want to be.
Travis Adams with a good run off turn number 2 in turn 3 and 4 this time. Adams gets a great run off turn number 4. Bergeron can't make the move. He has the low side working, but there's not enough down there for him to get a good drive off turn number 2. And now he's actually going to lose a spot to Josh Combs. Josh Combs goes to the inside. Bergeron has no choice but to go up top. Now a slide job by Combs. He makes that move. Meanwhile, Matt McKinney all over the back of your race leader, Grant Riles. Actually, McKinney, he's on the low side, so maybe he's actually found something on the low side, whereas Riles, he's running right through the middle.
Yeah, definitely looks like that number 6 car has something worked up on the bottom, but I think if he makes his move too early, it is not going to work out, because then the 4 car can come right back at him. He's got to wait to the right moment, and that moment is not right now. And also got to think about that 2 car. He's got to make it soon, but he can't wait too late, because he's got to make the move, and then he's got to actually pass the 4 car too. He's not there right now. He's got to get that speed. He's got to get it right on the back bumper. He's got to get a lot of good exit speed, which right now it actually looks like the 4 is going to pull away just a little bit that lap. The 2's starting to inch in on these guys, and we only got a few more laps to go, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, 4 laps to go here at the Williams Rear. Make that 3 as Grant Riles comes off turn number 4. He's your race leader, Matt McKinney, in 2nd. 3rd is Dylan Wilson, Travis Adams in 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is Josh Combs, pretty much single file, as it's Dylan Wilson now trying to make a move on Matt McKinney with just 3 laps to go.
Yeah, that number 2 of Dylan Wilson got ran into a little bit by Alex Bergeron, trying to go for position. Bergeron now all the way back to 6 now, so he's down a little bit from where he was just not too long ago. 2 laps to go this time by as they're running out of time here to get that number 1 position and any other position out there on the track. Running through turns 3 and 4, they'll get the white flag at the stripe this time, and Grant Ryle, it's him right now. Does he have any contest from the guys behind him? The number 6 of Matthew McKinney's been looking really strong this last lap, but can he get to the bumper? He's going to show it. He's going to try and get a huge push off the corner, but it does not look like he's going to get there unless he pushes it right there. He's on the inside, but it looks like the 4 of Grant Ryle is going to get the push off the corner, and he's going to pick up the win here at Williams Grove.
Yeah, nice job there from Grant Riles McKinney. In those last couple of laps, he was coming thick and fast, but Grant Riles just had enough to hold on to get the win here at the Williams Grove Speedway.
Yeah, he got the pole, and like I said, he did not have the fastest time in practice, but sometimes getting that pole can really, really help you out and give you just the all-important track position out there. And it obviously proved that he was really wanting that and really defended it well. Just kept on his line, and we'll just have to see. We'll just see what comes of it here in the next couple of weeks. Only a couple more weeks late after this one. So after an exciting finish, we'll take a moment to step aside for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll give you the official results of tonight's race. Stick around.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Welcome back to Williams Grove as Grant Riles has picked up the win tonight, and we'll go through your official iRacing breakdown here with the drivers going on through this race. 13 drivers started this race, and Grant Riles will beat all of them here, or all 12 of them really. And Matthew McKinney, he'll pick up 2nd position. Dylan Wilson, he'll finish in the 3rd position. Travis Adams finishes 4th, and Josh Combs, he finishes out in that 5th position.
Alex Bergeron, who came from 12th, finishes 6th. Trevor Fitz finished 7th. 8th, we'll go to Aaron Brown. Martin Karch will finish 9th. And Justin Thomas, after starting 5th, will finish in that 10th position.
Nate Schroeder, he finishes 11th, and then Dylan Hauser and Dylan Turline, the 2 Dylans, finished the night early, 13 and 19 laps late, and had troubles earlier on. Tell you what, Grant Riles picked up the win tonight, but it was not without contest with that number 6 of Matthew McKinney. He was all over him that time. I just don't think he got the opportunity he was looking for, and then once it came to the end, he was just a little bit too far back.
Yeah, Riles done exceptionally well. Put the car on pole and held off Matt McKinney. Now that's a name that's really famous when it comes to the late models. I've been calling Matt McKinney for quite some time. I thought he may have had rolls there in the end, but hats off to the top three and everybody else that was in the race. But yeah, the top three, Riles, McKinney, and Wilson, they put on a show. Although they were pretty much nose to tail, it was nice to see those drivers could run side by side, nose to tail, without actually bumping into each other, and they gave the respect to not only their race cars but their competitors as well.
Yeah, definitely, and definitely had to exactly what you said. A huge shout out to the drivers, just giving themselves room. I mean, if they did touch, they were really cognizant of the fact that they tried to let them get it back, and just I think really clean racing. Although the top three, they started they finished where they started, they were definitely going at it. So once again, from all of us here at LSR TV, we thank you for joining us tonight for all the dirt action, and we hope to see you next week on the World of Outlaws Craftsman Late Model Series, and as it continues into next week, you're not going to want to miss any of the action. So from all of us here at LSR TV, Evan Pasoko, Indy Kessler, Laura Lawson, and the team tonight, myself, Austin Coop, Brett Wheeler, and Cisco Scarmuzza, we say goodnight. We'll see you at the next track.